Hello, this is the second part of our hand rigging tutorial. So we have finished the base layer, and now I want to let's continue. Basically, click the armature, go into the pose mode, and one thing I wanted to tell you, we want to see the bones axis. So let's go into the data panel and check her axis. So now we can see the Z, the X, and the Y. Okay. For now we can uncheck, but it's good to know. Now another one. All these fingers, all these bones, we need to be in the XYZ rotation, not the quaternion that it's by default, because fingers will move only in specific directions. So let's start clicking XYZ, everything, each bone, XYZ in the pose mode, okay, in the pose mode, XYZ. Okay, this is a process that takes time, but it's good for practice. XYZ. X. Very nice. Now, what else? Now we are going to move into we are going to create the second layers of bones, okay? But as we can see, these bones are they displayed as octahedral. We need to change it to be bones. You see? Now, these bones are pretty large, okay? We want to select all, everything, every bone, and we need to scale it. Now be careful how we scale. We press Shift, Control, Alt, S. Yeah, very big, lot of combination of buttons, and scale. Oh, very nice. Shift, Control, Alt, S. Remember well, okay? Very nice. Now we select all the bones with the exception of the root bone. Here we don't need this root bone. So let's go into the edit mode, and now we need all these selected bones to duplicate. Shift D and duplicate. And now we need to scale out. Shift, Control, Alt, S, and scale out. Very nice. Little more, scale out. Perfect. So let's go into the pose, and these bones are already parented with each other, which is what we want. Okay, let's go into the pose mode. First of all, before we must name these bones that we duplicate, okay? These bones will be called FK. FK. or we can call it controllers, but for controllers I think for the next layer we will see. For now let's call it FK, which I believe is more appropriate. FK. Okay. As you can see, it's very repetitive process for now, but I'm show you all the steps to feel more comfortable with the repetitions. Practice make it perfect. Always remember that. The more you practice, the better the skills you get. The more comfortable you become with what you're doing. Let's name it quickly. Fingers is the only part of the humans, the only rigging part where there is a lot of bones. By far. Maybe in the face, but face is more different story. Face is different beast. Let's quickly finish it so we can go into the good stuffs. Good stuff are coming. You are going to appreciate more. Let's also see if I can finish this video within 30 minutes. It will be a good challenge, so I can give you as more information as I can in a respectable time. FK, by the way, means forward kinematics. So okay, we are in pose mode, so we need now these bones, okay, these bones, these FK bones to control the movement, the deformation of these deformation bones, okay. And by the way, these FK bones should never deform. Uncheck the deform options here. Let's uncheck. These are not for deformation. For deformations we have the deformation bones. We don't want one of the one of these FK bones to deform. It may break some of the weights of the object, so you must be careful. Uncheck all the deform from the FK bones. Very nice. Now, as I said, we need these FK bones to copy the rotation of this deformation bones. How we do? We click the first, we click the FK finger, and secondly we click the shift and we click the deform bone. Okay, shift control shift up shift, let me I forgot the combination. Alt shift A, control. Okay, by the way, basically we need to add the constraints. Let's go into the constraint panel and let's click copy rotation. Okay, so let me copy rotation from FK. Let's click armature and let's click FK dot finger. This will be in workspace, okay? And as you can see, now we're moving only the FK and it's copying the rotation of the deformation bone. But but we can't see the color of the deformation bone. How we change that? We're coming into the object properties panel and in the display as textured we change to wire. Voila. So now we can see this deformation bone has become green because we added a constraint into it. We should do the same thing for all the finger bones and into the hand. So let's do it. For some reason I forgot because there is a lot of buttons to press. By the way, let's go into the constraint bone panel, click copy rotation, choose armature and choose the finger bone. We can, instead of searching here, we can just take this picker eyedropper bone and choose the FK finger. Very nice. As you can see, it works. Same thing. Copy rotation, armature. Nice. Let's repeat the process. Fingers, because it has so many repetitions, it takes a lot of time. It's one of the most time consuming things, I believe. Okay, I'm double checking. Okay. Armature. Okay, very nice. Let's do the same thing. Same thing here in the hand. Okay, let's do the final part and finish. Okay, so now all the FK bones copying the rotation. That was pretty fast. Okay, now with this setup we can do basic finger movements. Now we will do some very nice function of the hand. This part we need to, the hand is not always so straight. This part of the hand, you see how it does, how it rotates. We will do this now. How we can do? We click this FK bone and shift. Oh, I completely forgot. Let me see in the pose. Names. Select. No constraint. What's this? Not this shift. Shift. I want to. Does it work? Let me check. Yeah, it works this way, but let me check some. Yeah, it's same. No, it's not the same, but armature. No, this is not. Shift Alt S. No, it's not. No, by the way, let's do it with that way. My mind has completely lost it, to be honest. Copy rotation, armature. Okay. So let's repeat again to understand what I did. Reselecting the hand, this hand bone, copy rotation, armature, and it's going to copy from this bone. Now the bone has shifted slightly. That's because we must this move will happen to the local space, basically, both target and owner. Okay, now as you can see, let's choose this hand too. Copy rotation, armature, target. Okay, this in local space too, both the target and the owner. Same thing here. Copy rotation, armature. Okay, local space. So now let's see. Let's close. Something is off, something we missed. This finger stays here. So let's go into the edit mode because likely okay. This is a hand frame. Okay. Let's see now. No, this good. Hand 4. We forgot. Copy rotation. Okay, very nice. You see, you're gonna see this kind of problems. You must know how to fix it. It's not always like us walking in a straight road. So, what I want to show you, as you can see, the hand now, because of this setup here, it's moving together, but still it's not realistic because look, some fingers stay higher, some fingers lower. You see, we want to do this now. How we do? Let's click this FK hand and in the influence panel, in the constraints panel, in the influence section here, let's choose 0.8. In the second hand, let's choose 0.6, and in the last hand 0.45. Now it looks way better. Let's clean the rotation and try again. Okay, you see? But I have noticed something. The last finger is doing very much movement. You can see. So I'm coming into the deformation bone, again the constraints bone section, and I'm reduce the influence a little bit, 0.8. No, 0.9. Let's try again. Maybe I can play with this. And increase this to 0. Try again. That's perfect. Much better. Okay. You can still control these fingers, as you can see. But what if we could? Yeah, it does make sense. Okay. Or this little bit higher could be. No, no, that's too much. 0.6, 0.55. Ah, yeah, this is better. This is better. It's playing with the influence values or here in this panel. It's trial and error, to be honest. Oh. I think that was for the part 2 hand tutorial. So in the next tutorial, part 3, we are going to build the base structure of the rigging system. So stay tuned and have a nice day. Bye.